Of Paul Pierce is still here with Keyshawn and me as the time has come to make our NBA picks on the record in concrete. Can't back out. Paul, you first. Who wins the East, the West, and the NBA
This is an easy one, Skip. Easy.
Okay.
And I'm not being a homer, but the Boston Celtics easily have the best starting five in all of basketball. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are coming into their prime as we speak. We saw what they're capable of. Adam Porzingis, Drew Holiday, a veteran leader who replaces Marcus Smart, who we desperately needed, a guy with championship pedigree. Oh, they got to be the favorite. What starting five is better than the Boston Celtics? And then on the other side, I'm going to go with Phoenix Suns. I like what I've seen from them. I like what I've seen from them. That Bradley Beal addition to take the pressure off Booker and KD. And also, if KD take a step back, and let Booker be the guy and say, hey, you're the guy, this is your team. Then come playoff time, we're going to see KD step up to another level. But right now, Booker gets them through the regular season with Bill.
Okay, who runs the point for them? Who runs the show?
I think they all are great ball handlers. Booker showed me in the playoffs last year that he could be an assist guy and a scorer. Bradley Beal has shown that at times. Even KD, you know, in a short period of time. So these guys will all take responsibility.
So you don't think they will miss the guy who's going to be on the other team tonight, CP3? You don't think they'll miss that quarterback, that orchestrator, that maestro?
With the way the game is today, Skip, we don't need a traditional point guard anymore. Think about the champions that's won in the last few years. There's not Jamal Murray. Is he a traditional point guard? Steph Curry, is he a traditional? We get guys that can make plays with or without the ball. We don't need a guy, to assist man, to set us up, to get us in our spots. That's no longer needed in today's game. So if we got a guard who's dynamic, who can shoot, who can make plays, that's all you really need. They have plenty of those.
Pulled it off without Rondo back in the day.
Well, it was a different game back then, Skip. It was a different game. You know, we all played roles, so Rondo was vital to what we were trying to do. So, but those type of point guards, you don't see those guys in the league anymore. You don't see guys giving you 15, 16 assists anymore. That's not the game.
Except for Chris Paul. I mean, that's what he's always done. Maybe he can't do it at that level anymore, but that's what he was doing for Phoenix.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Paul in terms of the teams that's going to be in that Final Four, right? But I don't agree with him on who's going to take the chip home or come out of the East. I know he's a Celtic through diehard, but when you look at it, the Celtics certainly, as you know, you just mentioned it, Marcus Smart is gone, then you bring in Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown, Al Horford is there. But we don't really know which Porzingis is going to show up. But we do know
the one that averaged 20 and 10 last year.
We don't know. You know, 20 and 10 last year. But then we can look at
15 and 10 is good enough.
We can look at some other years where it's like, well, I mean, this dude, you know, they done moved him around a little bit as chess pieces for a reason. I mean, he's been moving around for a reason, as you know, PP. And so now you talk about the Bucks with Giannis. And we know Dame Lillard going to show up. Yeah, you lose a little bit on the defensive end, but you still got Lopez, you still got Giannis as rim protectors, there's Chris Middleton in there, then you got Bobby Portis, and Malik Beasley. And then when you talk about the addition of Dame Lillard, this is the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, PP and Skip, the first time that he's played with a guard that could score like this. And I know you'll say, well, Drew Holiday could score, yeah.
Not like that.
But not like that. Not like that.
Well, it's like 20 a game to 30 a game.
And the assist is basically, that's a wash. They both averaging about 7 a game. So when you look at that, because of that, I'm not a Porzingis guy, and I may be just, you know, I don't know.
I mean, you taking Porzingis or Brook Lopez?
Man, for what I like, Brook Lopez pulling the 3 big and rim protected, and he's going to be there. That's the key.
He missed a lot of games now.
Yeah, but he's going to be there, though. He's going to be there.
I'm not sure.
He's going to be there. So I'm grabbing Milwaukee out the East.
Milwaukee is the worst possible matchup. The Celtics is the worst possible matchup for Milwaukee. They got 2 dynamic, athletic wings who on Milwaukee can guard them.
And on top of that, when you start going down the stretch, we having these conversations about what is Tatum? Is Tatum going to show up? Is Tatum going to show up?
No, you ain't never got to have that question.
You're not going to say
that. We saw him in Game 7. We saw him Game 7 in Philly go for 50.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
In Game 3, you saw him do what? And then Game 2,
listen, he shows up when they need it. I've seen that year in and year out. He sprained his ankle Game 7 versus Miami. I mean, you know, he rolled it all the way over. Front row, he rolled it all the way over.
I'm not knocking you for being injured.
Game 7 in Milwaukee the year before, Game 6 to bring it to Game 7, 46. So we're not going to talk about Tatum not being that clutch guy, or is he going to show up? This is not. We're not talking James Harden. That the subject is over.
No, different.
We're talking Tatum. We're talking Tatum now. He shows up.
Different conversation. I just know at times he's disappeared for my liking for a guy that's at the top of the heat.
Okay, so you're taking Milwaukee over Boston.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
And I got to argue against PP about the Boston Celtics. So now when we move out to West, you already know where I'm going. It's not even close as far as I'm concerned. Of course. I'm going to roll with the Lakers even though I like the Suns.
Wait a second. You already picked the Suns to win the West. You told me a week ago.
But I changed my mind.
Oh, you changed your mind.
I changed my mind.
Come on, have some guts.
It takes me a minute to think. I got guts. I just changed. I'm a homer. There's no question about it. Now, look, Phoenix, certainly with the addition of Bradley Beal, they got something. And I believe in KD. But I can't go against a 39-year-old LeBron James. And then we went out and got Woods. I can't. And now AD feels to me like he wants to be the guy for the Lakers.
Agree.
He's talking about being the guy.
He's
never once said, I got to be the guy. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, he's saying it. He's standing up tall and saying, I'm going to be the guy. So at 39 years old, with all the LeBron hate that you bring to the table, I'm here to erase that.
Truth I bring? Yeah.
How do you... Skip, here we go.
Yep.
And then Austin Reaves, obviously. He can obviously take a different role in clutch time, closing situations. You know, Austin Reaves, I know, Paul, you looking at it.
I'm not sold. I'm just not sold.
How could you not be sold?
I mean, he wasn't on the scouting report last year. We all know that. People in the NBA know that. When you're not on the scouting report, you got free reign to go out there and ball out. Now, when you come into these arenas, you're on the scouting report.
But how long was he off the scouting report?
All year.
It's 82 games.
At some point, listen, we're not respecting Austin Reaves. He got to do this for a whole season for us to respect this. Go ahead. We're going to let him kill. Go ahead. We're going to let you do that. If he gonna ball out and y'all win, man, hats off.
But I'm not saying he's got to score 25. I'm talking about the shots that matter. In certain situations where LeBron and AD are not the closers, now all of a sudden, last year's playoff games, they were the closers in the situations. Austin Reaves was not. So now maybe they give him an opportunity at times to close it out. I understand you saying scouting report, but he had 82 games to figure him out. And you just let him roll into the playoffs?
You got LeBron and AD. That's where we before the game, this is all we talking about. If Austin Reaves scores 25, like I said, hats off. Y'all deserve to win, period. But now he's going to be on the scout report. They're going to game plan for him. I mean, he had a great year last year. He went to the USA team, looked solid. Now everybody's taking notice. Everybody takes notice when you start playing well. And so now they're going to be like, we're going to game plan for this now. Now you're going to be game. Yeah, but he got paid. Like now, they not worried. I'm telling you, this is how it works, Keyshawn.
No, look,
this is how it works.
You played in the NBA, even though you argue with me about your Washington days was really good.
Washington was a great year.
Man,
I don't want to hear that.
Come on, stop, Paul.
I don't want to hear that.
I had to tell Paul Skip his Washington days was more like
about his Washington
Clipper days.
His Boston
days.
days.
No, but he tried to tell me his Washington days was
equivalent to Shaq on Phoenix.
No, you said Shaq in Miami. I said not a chance. Shaq in Cleveland and Boston. Who you think you fooling?
Equivalent to Shaq.
We won't talk about Paul's Clippers days.
No, I was a coach for the Clippers.
Okay, thank you. All right, it is my turn. I want to go back to what Paul talked about. Drew Holiday, and then Keyshawn chimes in and says, well, the assists are a wash. Well, is defense a wash between Drew Holiday and Dame? Because Drew Holiday he's the flip side of James Harden for me. He has winning intangibles. He always has had. He can get you 20 a game. He will take and make big late shots, and he will take whoever's on the other team. I know that guy in Miami, Jimmy Butler, torched him in that first round last year, but Jimmy would have torched any human, including Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the way he was shooting the basketball in that first round series. My point is, Drew Holiday is a cornerstone piece. He's what you can win championships with because he helped them win one, obviously, in Milwaukee. And he's at the height of his powers now because he's physical. He can defend at the highest level. He's a perennial first-team all-defense player. Milwaukee is going to miss him dearly because Dame plays little to no defense, and I don't care what you say. Giannis at one point is going to wake up and say, Dame, can't you guard anybody? I get it. You pick and roll, and we have a blast together, and you get your shots, and I get my dunks, and we're happy together. Until you have to stop the other team and you don't have Drew Holiday. Until you have to make the right play down the stretch to win the basketball game and you don't have Drew Holiday. He will work wonders for the Boston Celtics because he's a little bit, to me, of an upgrade even over Marcus Smart, a former Defensive Player of the Year. But on offense, he can do more things than Marcus. He's more trustworthy on offense. So he was a beautiful pickup for the Boston Celtics and put them over the top in the East. Now, to your pick, Keyshawn. To me, this is where Paul and I part ways. I do believe that Austin Reaves is going to make the difference for the Lakers this year because he showed me last year again and again and again that LeBron James trusts him. And it is hard to win LeBron's trust. I don't know how he does it because I watched him for 2 years at the University of Oklahoma, Austin Reaves, because I'm an Oklahoma fan. He was a horrible three-point shooter. He was a 28% three-point shooter in college. That usually means you're going to be a big bust in pro basketball. And he has taught himself to be a deadly three-point shooter and a deadly clutch three-point shooter. Okay, you could be right about scouting report, but he went to Europe with the world team, and, boy, he rose and shone. He was coming off the bench making a difference for that team. I think he's going to make a big difference for the Lakers because I do think LeBron will take a half step back this year and let AD be the man more and let Austin have the ball a little bit more down the stretch. I keep bringing this up. I'm bringing it up one last time to you, Keyshawn. They had 4 shots against Denver. They had them. They had them right there, but they were right there. They were right there in the fourth quarter, 4 straight times, and LeBron goes 7 of 23 and 1 of 10 from 3. It's just not good enough. They put the ball in LeBron's hands, and for whatever reason, he couldn't do it. Maybe he ran out of gas. Maybe he ran out of clutch. You can argue it one way or the other. But Austin Reaves, in those 4 fourth quarters combined, he makes 8 of 10 shots and 7 of 8 threes in the 4 fourth quarters. They just didn't let him have the ball enough to make an impact. So I look at what Rob Pelinka continues to do, work magic with this roster. I just like this team because I like Hachimura. I think he's really good. I think Taurean Prince they added is really good. Jared Vanderbilt, these guys can play high-level defense. Christian Wood can score the basketball. Gabe Vincent is a clutch shot maker, as we saw from Miami. I've always liked Cam Reddish, and I think LeBron will get the best out of Cam at 6'8". He's got the NBA body. Jackson Hayes can run the floor and rim protect. I just like this roster from top to bottom. I saw them have 4 chances against Denver, so I'm going to pick them to win the West. And I'm going to pick him to beat the Celtics, Lakers, Celtics, for the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So
no, Skip, check this out. This all depends on, listen, in the bubble, I literally saw LeBron hand AD the torch. Here's the torch. And you know what I saw after that? I saw him hand it back to LeBron. So if he's not willing to carry that torch for this team this year and be in MVP conversations, we will not be talking about the Lakers.
Well, he has stretches, but he keeps getting hurt when he has those stretches. He's got to stay on the court. Let me ask you this, though. Go back to Milwaukee, Paul, because you had to play defense in the NBA at some point in your career, period, bar none, right?
Right.
Isn't it all effort, though? Because everybody's complaining, not complaining, talking about Dame won't play, he won't play, he won't play. If you in Portland and the emphasis is not a defensive-minded situation, and when you get to a defensive-minded situation, don't you have to participate? Because the way Skip makes it sounds as if he just go try to score and he don't care anything about defense, and Giannis is going to put his hands up in the air, even though he just signed an extension, 3 years, $186 million. Isn't it just effort when you're on a defensive team?
Yeah, but when you're scoring 30 a night, how much effort do you have for the defensive side of the ball? Yep. I mean, you're carrying this load on offense, and you're telling Dame, we need you to be big, shot maker, playmaker.
Yep.
And you're asking him to play defense too? I mean, at a high level, at a high effort level, when I'm already giving you maximum effort on offense, which is really my forte, it's tough to do, especially at that age where Dame is at right now.
I agree. Keyshawn, it's a mindset. Did you get taught as a young player? Well, it is.
It's effort.
Okay, but Dame likes to shoot logo threes. He likes to make pretty shots. He likes to make big shots.
Yes, and they go in a lot.
Okay, all right, I got it. Well, you better be able to outscore teams because you're going to lose a lot on the defensive end because you're going to lose some of that mindset as a team because of him. And no Drew Holiday.
I don't have anything to say, Scoop.
Well, okay. Well, I got you again.
Got you again.
I just picked the Lakers. What do you want?
I didn't ask you to pick the Lakers. You picking the Lakers so that you can flip it when they don't win or something goes wrong.
I like
and you
it.
can all of a sudden say LeBron's fault. I know what you're doing.
No,
you ain't
I told
slick.
you I need LeBron to take a half step back this year.
If the Lakers don't advance and you pick them, all you're going to do is come on the show talking reckless about LeBron.
Reckless or truth?
Reckless.
Okay, well, when have I ever spoken reckless about LeBron? I just say
Literally
what I see.
every single time that we talk about the Lakers.
Okay, well, I've backed it. Wait, 7 of 23, is that reckless talk?
Okay, he was 7 of 23.
Oh,
Mike,
so it happened?
we can go into the bag.
It
We can go
happened.
into the bag and pull out some bad statistics about a lot of people.
Hey, all I know is
Facts are facts.
Hey, when
Oh,
this,
but Paul,
Facts are
don't
facts.
Wait a
do this,
second.
man.
Truth is truth.
No, don't do this. Don't fall for it.
Truth
hey,
is truth.
when the truth played LeBron James head to head, I like
man.
the truth. I like the truth. In
Well,
those
I took the
matchups.
Lakers and we split 1-1. So now. Oh, no.
go
You
back
talking about
now.
in Cleveland. In Cleveland. I'm talking about Cleveland. I'm thinking about the Lakers in Boston.
Yeah. All right, up next, we got to get back to the National Football League because this is the question. Can Lamar, now fifth in MVP odds, catch Mahomes for MVP? I'm giving him a shot.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.